your window, hoping that you'll come up with some words to say. That's not okay. When you feel like you're fed up with heartbreak, and you know that you can't take another day, well, that's not okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. We can never go back this road, you never go back that way. I see you standing in the corner like it's okay. Don't you know that you move with your body? Don't you know that you move with your body? We can never go back this road, you never go back that way. I see you standing in the corner like it's okay. Don't you know that you move with your body?
Hello guys, welcome back to Being Mrs. Fraser, or welcome if you are new. I am so grateful that you decided to click on today's video. As you can tell, it is a kitchen makeover. We are renovating our new kitchen, and I say new, it's new to us. We recently moved from Nebraska down here to sunny Florida and bought this adorable 1980s ranch. The only thing not adorable is this kitchen, so we are tearing it out and making it all new.
The corner like it's okay. Don't you know that you move with your body? Don't you know that you move with your body? We can never go back this road, you never go back that way.
So a few weeks ago you saw a video where I kind of decluttered some boxes, unpacked, loaded them up into the cupboards, and honestly I really didn't want to do that, knowing that we were eventually going to rip out the kitchen. However, we needed the space. This got so decluttered and so full, and it was just easier to unpack some of the boxes than to leave them in the box and just live out of boxes, because if anybody has ever moved, y'all know it's hard to live out of boxes. Real quick here though, this is why we are tearing this kitchen out. If you can see all that in the bottom right there, that is all mush. Like, I don't know if there was a flood or what happened, but the cupboards were gross, you guys, and my oldest even went through and cleaned all of them for me, and they're just disgusting. Like, I don't even know what's going on. But what are they, like 40-year-old cupboards? So at some point they need to be replaced, and now is the time. So anyway, we're gonna go ahead, get everything taken out, and start tearing them down.
With your body.
Quite honestly, this process was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. Even the installation was pretty easy of the new cupboards. I was actually pleasantly surprised because I thought it was going to be much more difficult. I did probably a lot more supervising than helping. My husband is definitely the muscle in this situation, so we do end up keeping all the appliances. However, at some point I would like to replace them all. They are the lowest of low in Whirlpool line, and I'm not a fan of them. I mean, our oven doesn't, there's no light unless you turn it on, and I'm spoiled with my old, oven. You open it and the light comes on. Self-cleaning, all that stuff. I'm not a fan of the oven at all. And quite honestly, I would love to be able to replace these with black stainless at some point. I love the black stainless. I think it's just so sleek. However, our microwave, the OCR that you guys saw, that is brand new. We actually bought that when we first moved in here.
Let's make the most of this night. Come on, baby, take my hand. And we don't need to do the things we don't want to do.
am so excited to announce, if you guys haven't noticed already, that I have finally hit 1,000 subscribers, and I am so incredibly grateful for each and every one of you for giving me a chance in subscribing and following along on my YouTube journey. This has been a long time coming, and I am so incredibly grateful. I still haven't figured out the YouTube algorithm. I guess maybe it changes every day, but I am so incredibly grateful for each and every single one of you that have subscribed to my channel. We have a lot in store, so if you haven't subscribed already, I would love for you to do so. It seriously means the world to me.
We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, or hang out in hotel bars, driving somewhere in your car. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars.
Quite honestly, if these cupboards would have been in a lot better condition, I probably would have just painted them like I did our old house. If you haven't checked that video out yet, go ahead and do so. I'll try to remember to link it up above for you guys so you can see that if you're interested in remodeling your kitchen on a tighter budget, like you're not able to replace your cupboards or whatever the options may be for you. I do have that video at my old house. That, I will be honest though, replacing the entire kitchen has been much easier than painting our old kitchen. I don't know how that works, but it's the truth. But anyway, I don't know. These cupboards, I'm just not a big fan of the wood. The kitchen in this house is super tiny, and so the darker cupboards just made the space look super small. It made it look real dark. This area doesn't get a whole lot of sunlight, so that doesn't help either. So once you get all the cupboards out, or once we do, you will see how much of a major difference and how much it brightened the area just removing these dark cupboards. So, and then make sure you stay tuned, because we do get all the new cupboards put back in this part, in the part 1 kitchen makeover here. But you're gonna definitely want to subscribe, because you've got to come back and you got to see the final look. We have ordered granite, and hopefully that'll be here maybe within the next week or two, and that way you guys can see everything. I also am going to be installing a backsplash. I think I have a subway tile picked out. However, it's not your normal like smooth subway tile. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure, because I also like the hexagon tiles that I've seen. So you're definitely going to want to come back. You're going to want to see how this kitchen turns out. So make sure you are subscribed if you haven't already.
To a different sound, I'll leave the bitter taste of love come back. I'm finally free. In the mirror I can see a different me. I'll leave it all behind. I wasted too much time, I've been blind. 'Cause there's no fixing what's been broken. This ain't the first time I'll be drinking you off my mind. Love is gone, and there's no road leading us back home. This ain't the first time, but it's the last.
This whole section that you see Fred removing right now was one piece. Literally, I don't know if they like pieced cabinets together and connected it to make it one, or if it literally came off the truck that way, but it was crazy. It was like all just one piece, all put together. So anyway, I'm just gonna finish getting this backsplash off. These tiles were super easy to come off. You can see, I mean, on the wall there's barely any mortar, glue, whatever you call it. But yeah, so And also, we found a cute little surprise. Some of the original wallpaper over there in the corner. Yeah, I'm glad that wasn't an issue, and I'm glad I did not have to remove that, because removing wallpaper, worst thing ever.
What's been broken? This ain't the first time I'll be drinking you off my mind.
We are now ready to start installing the new cupboards. We originally were going to have this contracted and have somebody come in and install everything for us. We checked into Home Depot, we checked into Lowe's, we even kind of looked into some like contractors outside of those two companies. And you guys, if I wanted cupboards by Thanksgiving, we would have to do them ourselves. Everybody is pushed so many weeks out, and I don't think our kitchen would have been usable. Honestly, they were saying like 12 weeks, which is just crazy to me. So anyway, that's the reason we decided to do them ourselves. So after looking back and forth between Home Depot and Lowe's and kind of just seeing, even looking on the internet at some places and seeing what cupboards were out there, we opted to go with these ones. These are from Lowe's. They are the Diamond Now Arcadia Shaker White Shaker cabinets. So basically, you can go on Lowes.com and plan out your entire design. You just basically, it kind of maps it out for you. Like, you draw out the kitchen, the walls, and then you just pick whatever cabinets you want and you plug them in to where you want them to go on your walls. So it's not an exact science. We did figure that out the hard way. In fact, we went in, talked to the cabinet lady. She helped us get a great discount on the cabinets, and we purchased everything. And you will see, we do a lot of standing around because we end up taking some of the cupboards back and buying different cupboards and going back and forth with things. I think we went to Lowe's like every single day. Many of those days were like 2-3 times a day for like a week straight. It was crazy. But anyway, once we get everything up, finalized, I absolutely love how they turned out. You will see them here at the end of the video, so stay tuned.
It's gonna hurt even more than just us. We gave it all we had. It's time to say bye, baby, bye. I'll be, you'll be, yeah, we'll be fine. So let's call it a night, and that's why
I know some of you might be interested in how much these cupboards cost. So this is a very small kitchen. It's L-shaped, but we do end up adding kind of like a small island that's connected to the wall. You'll see that here in a little bit. But anyway, so it's a very small kitchen. I think it's about 11.5 by 11.5 feet, something like that. We ended up spending about $2,800 on just cupboards. That's not including nails, that's not including hardware, none of that. Literally, it's just the cabinets. And I think, if I remember correctly, it would have been about double that if we would have had installation as well. So just a thought. Like I said, it's really not that hard, as long as you have enough hands, which we do. We definitely enlisted our kiddos to help with all of it.
I've been a lost balloon in the blue, and like Tom free falling without a clue. I didn't know what to do until I first saw you, and now I never have to freeze under rainy clouds. No need to pour no gasoline into the fire now, for our love to burn. 'Cause the flames are really high all over the world. We don't need no fuel.
I'm sure many of you are wondering too what that empty space is. That is above the sink. We are going to put in some shelves. I haven't decided if we're going to do like floating shelves, farmhouse style shelves. I'm really not 100% sure on that yet, but there will be some sort of shelving there. I really wish we could put a light there. However, we're not electricians, and quite honestly, that just isn't in the budget for us to have an electrician come in and put a light there. So I might get like one of those little like tap lights or like a battery light, something like that. I did pick up some like under cabinet lighting, which is remote and battery operated, so I'm super excited for those. So that'll help with the lighting situation, but I don't know, I just like a light over my sink. I really wish the sink would have been in front of the window, quite honestly. However, again, that would have been a whole different ballgame if we would have had to move the plumbing. So we didn't want to do that. The only thing we really wanted to do was kind of change up what the cabinets looked like. We didn't really want to change up the actual footprint of the house.
We don't need no fuel or fire for our love to burn. Yeah, the flames are already high all over the world.
Another thing to remember with these cabinets, when they come in, they do come in with like a plastic sheeting over the front of the doors to help protect them. However, we did have a handful of things go a little bit wrong. Not necessarily a handful, but I think maybe 3 of the cupboards were damaged. One we did end up keeping because it's just a drawer front, and the company does stand by their product and will send you out a new drawer. But a couple of the other ones, the boxes were damaged. So not the boxes they come in, the cabinet itself. So we did have to take them back and exchange them for new ones, which quite honestly really wasn't that big of a deal. They honestly, the one that we did keep with the drawer issue, they would have exchanged that one too, but they didn't have any in stock. So that little tidbit there from Lowe's was a sneak peek of what's to come. You guys will not see that in this video. That is going to be the wall in the dining room. This is a kitchen dining room connected situation, so anyway, make sure you're subscribed because you definitely want to see that. Another thing I wanted to do, the kids and I wrote scriptures or just a fun quote that we like on the wall behind the cabinets. At our old house, when we had to replace the microwave, there was some inappropriate male appendage pictures drawn and some cuss words drawn behind the microwave, and so I guess we felt like that wasn't very appropriate. So we went ahead and put something that we liked and felt that, I don't know, it was just something we liked. I actually got the idea from Charlotte Grove Farmhouse she's on YouTube and Instagram. So anyway, there it is, guys. So we're getting everything installed. We got the little scriptures written on the wall, and we are rocking and rolling, getting things done.
And talking to myself now and then, I'll try to laugh, but I'll cry a bit as well. I was never any good at being away from you. I met you in the summer when you left, it was cold. Said we loved one another.
What you're seeing Fred work on is, this is the Lazy Susan. It does not come with like a surrounding box. So to support the weight of the countertops, we had to install some 2x4s onto the back wall there. Fred just screwed them into the studs, so that way that the support of the granite has somewhere to go besides on the top of that Lazy Susan, because it won't hold it. So now I'm just kind of trying to clean up and get things moved out of the way so we can move on to installing the cupboards that will become an island.
You know it still hurts a little bit, but not that much. 'Cause if you want somebody else.
So initially, when we did the draw up on Lowe's website, it said that like a 72-inch island would fit our area, and actually it won't. We remeasured and remeasured again, and then with the fridge and where the stove and everything is on the other side of the wall, it just didn't make sense to have an island that big. So right now we're kind of discussing what to do with those cable boxes, because those are that cable line right there is the only cable line in our entire house that actually works. So we don't have cable, we just have the internet, Wi-Fi, you know, the normal stuff. So anyway, so we went ahead and left it, and then Fred just cut out a hole in the side of the cabinet to make sure that everything fit in it. We also weren't going to remove the tile that was under there, but it made it about a ½ inch taller than the rest of the cupboards, and I was like, no, we need to do this right. We're spending, you know, a lot of money, not near as much as a lot of people spend since we're doing a lot ourselves, but we're still spending a lot of money, and so I just wanted to make sure it got done right. So Fred did remove all the tile, and then we YouTube videos and found out how to install the island, basically by screwing a 2x4 into the ground. So made that work, got everything set up and situated, and then we also decided last minute that we wanted a cupboard above the fridge. We weren't going to, but I decided that I did want that, so Fred's going to go ahead and install that. I will say another thing too while I'm thinking about it, since I just saw me putting in a shelf in these base cabinets, the other thing I don't like are half shelves. These base cabinets come with half shelves in them, and I don't like them. I wish that the shelf, or I wish it gave you the option to have a full shelf. So it works. I made it work when I started filling up these base cabinets. You'll see here towards the end I do start unboxing a lot of stuff, so I made it work. But if I have a complaint, that is definitely it.
I'm gonna rise up, no I won't stop, it is my time. Cause I know what it's like to be broke, yeah. I know what it's like when nothing goes your way. So I'm gonna let myself enjoy the fruit from this lucky day. Yeah, I am on my way up, I won't slow down. Yeah, I am on my way.
Another thing I thought about doing over the stove, we measured the old cabinets and used that measurement to put in the new cabinets for where the OTR microwave will be, and quite honestly, I feel like it's just too big. I'm half tempted. I'm debating. It's $150 for a new 12-inch cabinet instead of the 18, and I'm really uncertain on what to do. I don't know. You guys, let me know down in the comments. Do you think I should change that out or leave it? You should be able to see here in this video, you can see how close the range is to the microwave, and I'm just not sure that I like that. I don't know. When Fred first installed the microwave after we got all the cabinets put in, I was like, wow, that's really low. But it's the same size cabinet that was there before, and it didn't seem that low then, but it does now. So I don't know what the deal is, but I'm half tempted to spend the money and change it out. It sucks to realize these mistakes afterwards. It is amazing how much space in the cupboards that we have now after redoing them compared to what we had before. It's just maximizing your space is so important, and we really did that here. We made sure and calculated every tiny square inch that could be used as cupboard space to be used, besides right there above the sink. We have no spacers or filler pieces. Everything everything is being utilized. So we also did that because currently we're using, there's a closet when you come in from the garage, and it is, I don't know if it's supposed to be a linen closet or a pantry, but it's a shelved closet, and currently we're using that as pantry space, but realistically we really need some sort of linen closet because I need somewhere to put like all my vacuums or mops, you know, toilet paper, paper towels, all those types of things, and we don't have anywhere to do that. So I've been trying to figure out storage spaces around the house for some of those things, but we really just need to basically get rid of the pantry and use it as a linen closet. So that was another reason we wanted to maximize our cupboard space, because we also want to move our food into the cupboards, which I will be putting into the Lazy Susan and then one of the upper cabinets at some point. So definitely make sure you come back because there's still a lot of organization that needs to be done. As I'm putting things away, I'm very much noticing that organization needs to happen. So I might have to take a trip over to Orlando, even though I don't want to go to the cabinet store and get some organization tools and try to figure some organization situations out here. You know, the great thing about not having storage is utilizing as much as you can. So anyway, we're gonna go ahead and get the rest of this stuff put away as much as possible, and then that'll be pretty much the end of the video. So make sure you guys give this a big thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe if you aren't following already. You're definitely going to want to come back and see what this kitchen looks like, because I'm sure your minds will be blown. Anyway, guys, have a great weekend, and we will see you next week in next Saturday's video. Anyway, guys, bye.
I wasn't his kind of a woman. Didn't fit into his mold, but I don't need his approval, so he can't mind his own. I'm blessed like that, 'cause I feel good in my skin. I don't need a man to tell me I'm the shit. Thank God that it's over, 'cause all I need to be is my kind of a woman. 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 My kind of a woman.
Nobody told me to settle down. Day nights and late nights don't get around.
In today's video,
I get dressed up to go downtown. I'm all messed up on a Friday night. Not really here for a good time, but if you're up for drinks and a good crowd, raise your glass to.
hello guys, welcome back to Being Mrs. Fraser, or welcome if you are new. If you are new, go ahead and hit that red subscribe button. Come along on this fun YouTube journey of ours. If you guys are new, we just moved from Nebraska down to Florida, and this was the kitchen of the house that we bought. And this is where we were last week when the video ended, and today we have a bunch to get done, so let's go ahead and jump right into it. We're going to go ahead and jump right into this with grout as the first step. Well, the next step, if you will. I picked this up at Lowe's. I think it was about $55 for this big bucket. And you guys, it was enough to do our entire kitchen, or the backsplash that is. Plus, we had some tiles that we had to replace on the floor that we also used the same grout. Even though, yes, I know it doesn't match the current grout of the floor, but we made it work. And honestly, we actually debated on doing a gray as opposed to this like creamy white. Did I say the name was Avalanche? I don't remember, but anyway, we debated on doing gray. However, we had already opened this, bought it, opened it, and quite honestly, I didn't want to spend the extra money, so we went ahead and went with it, and I am so glad we did.
Do what I want. This is my pity party. I'm gonna drink all night and then I'm gonna let the tears fall down. I'm gonna dance all night, yeah. I'm gonna let it all out. I'm gonna drink all night and then I'm gonna let the tears fall down. I'm gonna let it all out. This is my
I do want to make a note here, guys. We are not professionals by any means. This is the very first time that we have done anything like this. Fred or I both. Fred is my husband. Yeah, this is the first time for both of us doing anything like this, and basically we are YouTube educated. I watched a bunch of YouTube videos and TikTok videos, and then we just kind of jumped in with both feet. So it started off a little bit rough. I really was like, oh my goodness. I was really like, what are we doing? I don't know if I should be doing this. But by the time we got to the other side of the kitchen, I was like, this is easy peasy, lemon squeezy. We got it under control, and it turned out great.
Something about you I like, about you I like. You're crazy for saying I should slow down, but maybe I'm escaping the love we found. There's something about you I like, about you I like. I get too drunk and too scared and lie to you. If only you knew I would.
So the only thing I think I would change is making sure that I had a better quality sponge. This little yellow sponge that came with this, or that I was using, came with the grout, and quite honestly, it was cheap. It was basically falling apart by the time we were done. Like I said, we did buy some better sponges. However, they have grown legs and disappeared. I have searched high and low, and I cannot find them. So, but honestly, that's the only thing I think I would change. I think overall, this grout was great. I would definitely recommend it to any newbie. And yeah, I don't know. I thought it was pretty easy to use. It looks nice. And I don't know if it holds up well, but we'll find out.
Loves me better. I get too drunk and too scared and lie to you. If only you knew I would die for you. One of us gotta say the obvious. Nobody loves me better, yeah.
Okay, y'all, help me out. I am curious what you guys think we spent on this kitchen. If you haven't seen previous videos, because I know that I have said some pricing for some of the items. So I'm just curious though, if you haven't seen those videos or if you don't remember, comment down below. Let me know how much you think we spent overall. Tile, counters, cabinets, poles, everything. I'm just curious. I'm also curious, you know, what what this kitchen would cost in other countries and other areas of the United States, stuff like that. Those kind of things just interest me. So anyway, go ahead and leave your comment down below and make sure you're subscribed, because I will be giving a final cost in next week's video.
Home to me. Once you've traveled the world, all the spaces inside your heart. I hope I'll be your destination.
I'm so excited for you guys to see this all done. But yes, we do have one more video for the kitchen. You will see that next weekend, next Saturday. It'll be a final reveal, but it also, not only is it a finishing touch on the kitchen, but the dining room. If you don't know, they are basically one room. I was going to say one big room, but it's not a big room. It's actually really small. But definitely come back. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out. I do have another question though for you guys. I know, lots of questions. I'm sorry. But we debated on putting a shelf above the sink. I have found pictures on Pinterest that I like up above the faucet there. And the original plan was to put a shelf there, but to be honest, I like the simplicity of just the tile going all the way up. It just looks really pretty, and yeah, I don't really want to cover it up with a shelf and decor. So I don't know. Comment down below. Let me know what you think, and don't forget to come back and see if we did end up putting the shelf up or not.
You're gone now, but you're coming back. You know that. You know that. You're the traveling kind. It's a known fact. Yeah, I know that. I hope I'll be your destination. I hope I'll be your life-changing sensation.
If you saw our previous videos for the kitchen, I mentioned or I kind of asked you guys what you guys thought about the microwave, on how low it was with the stove or with the range. I kind of expressed that I wasn't exactly happy with it, and I wanted to know your guys' opinion on that. You will be happy to know that Fred did change that cupboard out. It is a smaller cupboard now. It's probably an inch or so smaller than it really should be, but it looks so much better than the one, because it's a 12-inch cabinet instead of the 18-inch cabinet. The 18-inch was just way too big. It made the microwave sit so low, and I absolutely love how high it is now. So at the end of this video, I think you'll see that. So definitely comment down below if you were one of those people that thought or that we needed to change it, and let me know what you think of it now.
My world on fire. You're my heart's desire. I just wanna love you, just wanna hold you, just wanna be with you till we grow old. Please tell me you'll stay or take me away. I want you for myself every single day.
Just looking at the kitchen from this angle right here, you guys, it is so light and bright, and it just looks so much bigger than it did with the old cabinets. It just amazes me. It just looks so beautiful, and I am so excited and so happy to be sharing this with you guys. And I hope that you guys love it as much as I do. Honestly, I guess it doesn't really matter because it's our kitchen, but I do. I really hope that you guys love it just as much as we do.
Colors, like the moon is the snow, we don't care about the others. You set my world on fire.
I don't know if you guys are interested or not. You'll have to let me know down in the comments. If you didn't just see those drawers and how full and stuff they were, I need to do some sort of organization. So let me know down in the comments if you are interested in seeing some kitchen organization. I think I'm going to head up to like IKEA and maybe like Walmart or Target or something like that and check out their organizing bins and trays and stuff like that. So definitely let me know if you're interested in something like that, because now that I am loading all these drawers and cabinets up with everything, I am really noticing that the organization is non-existent and it really needs some help.
I know what it is you do.
I just wanna love you, just wanna hold you, just wanna be with you till we grow old. Just tell me you'll stay or take me away. I want you for myself every single day. You set my
I'm so excited. These are the final boxes. The very last moving boxes, you guys, and you are witnessing them right now being emptied out. Oh, I'm so happy. If I never saw a moving box ever again in my life, I would be thrilled. I am so tired of these boxes sitting over here in this corner. Yeah, I'm so happy that they are gone. Goodbye. Thrown away, well, recycled technically, but they are gone and out of my house, and I could not be more thrilled.
If we stop believing we're meant to be, expanding our abilities. If the passion's gone, we are doing it wrong. Baby, you and I should start living now. With the whole world at our feet, we could stay or we could leave. There is nothing in between. So baby, we should start living now. 'Cause we only have this life. Wanna laugh and wanna cry. I don't wanna waste my time. So baby, we should start living now. Baby, we should start living now.
So this is the shelf that I bought. Well, this is the piece of wood that I bought. Fred actually cut it down earlier, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and stain it here real quick. It's about the same color of what I think, or what I remember the table top being. It's been a couple months since I've actually seen our table, so I think it's kind of like a really dark, warm wood tone. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get it stained up just in case we decide to use it. I don't know. I'm really torn on putting this shelf up, you guys. I don't know. Let me know down in the comments what you think. Should we put the shelf up? This is the shelf that would be going above the kitchen sink.
We have this life. Wanna laugh and wanna cry. I don't wanna waste my time. So baby, we should start living.
Next up are the poles. I'm going to go ahead and go through and measure everything. I will say these are 5-inch handles. So if you saw that little orange tool there, I actually picked that up on Amazon. It's a little tool that's supposed to help basically measure out where your handles are supposed to go on the drawers and the cupboards. However, since I purchased these 5-inch, I think they're actually like a total of like 7¼ inches or something like that. But basically the holes where the screws go are 5 inches apart, and it's too big for the cabinet measuring device. So I have to go through and literally take not a ruler, tape measure. Oh my goodness, it's been a long day. I have to go through and take a tape measure and literally measure every single hole out for the cupboard doors. Now, it did come with a drawer one as well, and the drawer one worked perfectly for the regular size drawers, but the bigger drawers it did not, so I had to measure those as well. I will say that it was nice to have as kind of a tool, or give me an idea of where to place the handles, but overall I probably wouldn't have bought it again, and I don't know that I necessarily recommend it. It also came with a drill bit, which that was kind of nice. So I don't remember it being terribly expensive. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and measure all these out, and then we're gonna go ahead and get the holes drilled.
Try to say something, but there's a word. I try to justify my actions. Less reactions, heartbeat
handles that we're using also came from Amazon, and you know, they look nice, but I will say that I don't know that I necessarily recommend them. I don't even plan on linking them for you guys, because you'll see when I go to install them. I had like a handful of them. The screws just broke off. I don't even know how or why, but they were definitely very cheap. So, and I knew I probably shouldn't have done that, but again, we were on a very tight budget with our kitchen, and so I splurged on some things, and the handles were not something that I splurged on. But eventually, I mean, I guess if we have to replace them, we'll have to replace them with some nicer ones, maybe from like Lowe's or maybe an actual like kitchen remodeling store. I don't know. But anyway, I definitely don't recommend them. So sorry guys, those will not be linked.
Yeah. Here's to the good days, here's to the sorrows. If this is a mistake, I know about tomorrow. I don't wanna fight no more, cause I don't feel the need no more, no. Just wanna make it stop. Maybe it's something in the water, or maybe we just hit the end of the road. Right now it doesn't even matter. It's too late not to let go, and that's why I wish you the best and say goodbye. We start to get dressed and then we cry, cause we both know it's gonna hurt, but not as much as this does. We had a good run, don't say we didn't. I was your first love, and you were my first one. Cheers to all the memories, the venom and the remedies, yeah. Promise I won't forget, yeah. Maybe it's something in the water, or maybe we just hit the end of the road. Right now it doesn't even matter. It's too late not to let it go, and that's why I wish you the best and say goodbye. You start to get dressed and then we cry, cause we both know it's gonna.
During this whole process of designing and creating our kitchen, we have basically included everyone who lives here. All of our kids and everything have all had a say in the items here that have made this kitchen for us. I plan on having or spending a lot of time here, so I wanted everybody involved. You will notice these handles are long. I wanted bigger handles, like the 7-inch ones, or well, 5-inch technically, like the ones I bought. I originally bought 3-inch ones, and then ordered these ones as well, and held them both up and let the kids and Fred help me decide which ones we wanted to do. Overall, obviously the big ones won, or the longer ones I should say, won out. So what do you guys think? Do you guys like the longer handles, or do you prefer like smaller handles or even knobs? Also, side note real quick, don't do what I did and drill out a handle or a spot for a handle on a drawer that is not a drawer and not accessible. There's literally like maybe 1.5 inches of space between that top part of the sink cabinet and the actual sink. So I already drilled it out though, so we are going to make do and make a makeshift handle to make it fit there and cover up my screw up.
Wishing for the kind of love you see in magazines. The illusion falls and nothing's what it seems to be. The part left is hurting deep inside of me. Heard a whisper, someone saw you at the bar. Was it the same night you had trouble with?
The other problem that I had with these pulls or handles, the screws, not only were they cheap and broke, but they stripped very easily. I probably should have used a regular screwdriver and hand screwed all of them in. However, y'all know I have carpal tunnel, and it just wasn't going to be able to do, my wrists just weren't going to be able to handle this entire kitchen. So I pulled out Fred's drill, and I was very, very careful, very gentle with it. I didn't go full force or, you know, full down on the button. But it stripped a couple different screws. Thankfully, I did end up with extras because each one of the handles came with 2 long screws and 2 short screws. So you can use the long screws like on the drawers and stuff like that, or in the short screws on the cupboards or the cabinet doors. But so thankfully, you know, I had some extras so I could fix this issue when I stripped them. But again, these handles are just, I would not recommend ordering your handles, pulls on Amazon. I just wouldn't.
What's been broken? This ain't the first time I'll be drinking you off my mind. Love is gone, and there's no road leading us back home. This ain't the first time, but it's the last time. At the bottom of the barrel, there's no love to be found. This ain't the first time I'll be drinking you off my mind.
Another thing I meant to do, and I don't know, apparently I just got too excited and ahead of myself. You'll notice on some of the cupboards, well, they all actually do have a plastic like film over them to protect the doors and drawers from damage. Well, I meant to like remove a corner of that. I didn't want to remove it all the way because when I go to paint, I want there to be some sort of protection for them, just in case I get splatters, because I am a very messy painter. But anyway, I meant to move them out of the way when I put the handles on, and yeah, like probably 75% of the cupboards I forgot. So that's fun, trying to pull this plastic off around the handles. I might just let my kids like go to town with it, to be honest.
They led me to you. Every single time you look at me, I lose it too. Why don't you come sit next to me? Let things happen naturally, like it used to be. I don't wanna go and waste another day. Mess it up again, lost in my way. I'll be the one to have the highest price to pay. If I make it home tonight, may I hold you one last time? Let me hold you one last time. What if it's too late for me now?
Like I said, we are almost done with this project. Yes, I know 4 videos is so long, but each video is like, well, I don't know how long the final video is going to be, but I'm going to make sure that no matter how long it is, even if it's like 45 minutes to an hour long, every last little bit will be in that video. So definitely make sure you are subscribed, hit the notification bell, not bill, and make sure you come back, because next week we are going to work on getting the accent wall done in the dining area. Technically dining room, kitchen, it's all the same here, but anyway, I'm gonna get an accent wall. I am so stoked for this, so definitely come back. You're gonna want to see it. We're also gonna finish painting the entire kitchen room area, dining, the whole shebang here. I'm possibly going to be hanging curtains. I haven't decided. You'll find out if we hang up that shelf above the sink, and of course we gotta decorate, because you know, we right now it's a blank slate, and I am so excited to put out some decor. So definitely make sure you're subscribed. You're definitely going to want to come back for that final reveal.
May I hold you one last time? Let me hold you one last time. What if it's too late for me now? What if you've gone to someone else, so we can never be the same?
So last and final step for today's video is the toe kick. Is that what it's called? I feel like that's what I've been calling it, but it doesn't seem right. I don't know. It's a little piece like under the cabinet that kind of covers up the little fake brown stuff under there. You know, you see what I'm saying? Anyway, Fred was just getting the pieces cut for that. We did pick up some quarter round just to help, I don't know, just to kind of give it a little extra something. So Fred's going to go ahead and get this installed, and then we will show you the final reveal next week. But the final reveal for today's work.
The truth hurts, and you stayed on the ground while I was high. Yes, you've been here before. You closed the door. Now I don't know what to say. I expect you to leave. I deserve to be unheard, but I want you to see that you are the reason why I try. I don't know.
I really hope you guys have been enjoying these videos. It seems like you have. My channel is growing and we're getting a lot of new subscribers and views going on. So I hope everyone is enjoying our videos. If you are, please feel free to comment down below, give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. It's free for you to do, but it helps me out more than you know, and I appreciate every single one of you who has been along on this journey, and I appreciate every single one of you new followers or subscribers. I am so excited for everybody to be here and to just follow along on this little adventure of ours. So anyway, thank you so much for watching today, guys. Make sure you stay tuned to check out how everything kind of comes together. Make sure you come back next week, next Saturday at 10 o'clock Central Time, 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So anyway, guys, until next time, have a good weekend. Bye.
Very best to make it okay, but do you even care anymore? Yes, baby, you stayed on the ground while I was high. Yes, you've been here before. You closed the door. Now I don't know what to say. I expect you to leave. I deserve to be unheard, but I want you to see.
In today's video,
I'm kinda new with apologies. Holding back, I got history. Yeah, yeah. But the way you've been crossing the line, oh, it's something in me that says it's fine. Hoping you wouldn't change me. Got the same old thoughts, be my referee. I will be alright. Never cut it right, but somehow you make me change. Like I'm better off with you.
good morning and welcome back to Being Mrs. Fraser, or welcome if you are new. If you are new, go ahead and hit that red subscribe button and come along on this fun journey of ours. I wanted to start off by sharing a before of our kitchen, just to give you guys an idea of what it looked like if you are new, or just a memory jogger for those that are not. Anyway, we have a lot to get done today, so let's go ahead and get moving. Surprise! We got granite. I am so extremely happy with it. I struggled over the choice of color. However, this is what we chose, and again, I am extremely happy with it. Everything went great. So anyway, we're gonna go ahead and start off today's video by getting shiplap put up on the islands.
Hoping you wouldn't change me. Got the same old thoughts, be my referee. I will be alright, never cut it bite, but somehow you make me change. You make me wanna do better. I don't know why. You make me wanna do better. You make me wanna do better. I don't.
Although I had fun nailing in that first piece with the nail gun, I left this project to my husband. There were a lot of cuts with the saw that I'm just not comfortable with, and it's his saw, so he knows how to use it. So I left this project for him, and I just kind of guided him to what or how I wanted it to look.
I'm buzzing, let's drink up. You deaf look like big.
Being on a cement slab or floor is very uneven, especially, I mean, it's an old cement slab house. Our house was built in the 80s, so the floor is not very even, and so we were kind of having some discussion on how or what to do to go about fixing that issue. There's a lot of measuring, a lot of cutting going on, so, but we did get it fixed, and I absolutely love how the entire island turned out.
Love me right, yeah. This could be the summer of our lives now, honey. Give it to me like you know you should now, baby. This could be the summer of our lives, the summer of our lives. The sun sets on fire, tell me your desires. We're not getting tired, baby, take me higher. I'm Sunday, you love it, come on, give me something. I know that you want it, boy. The night is young and so are we. So maybe you should leave. The night is young and so are we, baby.
These boards are the shiplap pieces from Lowe's. I do see people being cost effective in using light sheets of plywood and just cutting them down, and I think that is a great idea, especially if you're doing a much larger area. This area was so small, I felt like it was just going to be easier just to use the boards, the shiplap boards. So we picked up, I think, like 7 of the boards, and they fit perfectly for the back and the side of our little island here. I definitely think it's a great way to just spruce up the area on a small budget.
Love me right. If you love me right, oh, if you love me right, this could be the summer of our lives now, honey. Give it to me like you know you should now, baby. This could be the summer of our lives, the summer of our lives. Give it to me, baby, all night. We can keep on dancing all night. Give it to me, baby, all night.
Unfortunately, I did lose the footage of him doing the side portion. However, it's a very similar process on a much smaller scale. But anyway, this was done over the entire week, various days, so you guys will notice outfit changes, but It was definitely time consuming. This whole kitchen project has been extremely time consuming, and I am so happy and excited that we are finally going to have it done, hopefully here in the next week or two. You know, it is technically usable now, which is so nice, not having to do like microwave meals or eating out. I'm so tired of eating out, you guys. So I'm super excited that we do have full access to counters, full access to stove, and everything like that. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and get this faucet installed. This is a Moen faucet. I'll try to remember to link it down below for you guys. It is the exact same one we had in our old house, and I absolutely love it. It is a bit pricey because it is the touchless one. You just kind of wave your hand and it turns on. But I love it. It goes perfectly with this huge sink that we installed.
You're the song inside my head, and I will taste every note. Feels so good when you're in my head. So I've been stuck forever. It seems like forever. I'm ready to fire the signal. Pick me up and say, come on, pick me up now.
I do need to give a huge shout out to my hubby in this entire video today. You will see him a lot, and he is not a fan of being filmed, so I greatly appreciate him for letting me film while he's working. So just a huge shout out. Also just a huge shout out to him for going to work every day all week long. He drives an hour and a half to and from work, and still coming home and helping me with projects, and then helping me with projects on the weekends as well. He's great, guys. So anyway, I just wanted to give him a little bit of a shout out. So yeah.
You're the flare, you're the song inside my head, and I will taste every note. Feels so good when you're in my head.
Again, I just absolutely love this faucet. You just kind of wave your hand and it turns on, as you see there. You can also turn it on manually, on and off. It comes apart and stretches, and you can turn a sprayer on. I just love it. And again, I love the sink too. This is a Kohler sink. I think it's like 33-inch sink. We picked it up at Lowe's as well. Actually, the cabinet guys installed this. I didn't think they were going to, but it was in the kitchen when they installed the countertops. Did I say cabinet? Because I definitely meant countertops. But anyway, I absolutely love it. I will try to remember to link everything down below for you guys. So we picked up these under cabinet lights on Amazon. They're actually really cool. They just charge super easy, and then they have a remote so you can turn them on and off, like with dim and everything. It looks like it does have a timer of some sort. I'll have to read the instructions on that. But they just peel off and stick up above. As you can see, Fred went ahead and already installed the one here. And we opted to go to the front of the cabinet as opposed to the back. I think that just looked better, so. And then he got this one as well underneath, and you can't even see it other than you can see it reflecting on there, but I think it looks really nice. So let's go ahead and get the rest of them installed, and then we will show you what it looks like at night too.
Is it 'cause we're way down on the ground? Ain't nobody interrupting if we decide. I just need an hour with you, baby. Yeah. Then we be blinded by the lights, oh. We get this feeling, oh so right, oh. I'm so over being sober, yeah, all I know. I just need a night with you. Drinking from your bottle, baby. Calling it wasted love, wasted love. I can't get enough of my baby. I'ma be wasted love, wasted love. I'm spilling liquor on the carpet, on the couch. I feel it.
From when we demoed the tile or the old backsplash, there was a few holes in the wall, so I wanted to go ahead and get them patched up before we do our own new backsplash. So I just used a couple of patches. I've seen this done in a variety of ways. You can definitely, you know, get some drywall, cut out the spot, and put a new piece of drywall in there. However, this is the easiest way I know how to do it, and just getting a patch at the hardware store and putting some, I can't even, oh, I just lost the name of the pink stuff, but anyway, and just putting some of that over it to seal it all in. And then once that is dry, which this is why I like the pink stuff, because once the pink dries, it turns white. So you know it is completely dry. It did take quite a while for this to dry, so I didn't end up getting any tiling done. I didn't tile until the next day. But once it dries, then you can go ahead and sand it down a little bit to smooth it out, and then continue on with whatever you need to get done, whether it's painting or, in our case, tiling.
What if you gone to someone else so we can never be the same? How can I make up for my sins? Now I'm lonely and it kills.
While that spackling dries, I'm going to go ahead and get a paint of coat on this island. Now, most often I would definitely recommend painting these shiplap pieces before you hang them, because it is extremely hard to get into the cracks and crevices of the shiplap. However, I didn't do that because I'm painting it white anyway. I definitely, though, you guys, I wanted to paint it black. I don't know why, but the black paint is calling my name. You'll definitely want to come back to one of our next videos because I do pull out the black paint. But anyway, a little hint, secret, surprise, if you will. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get this painted up while the spackling is drying, and just, you know, just get it a fresh white coat to cover up any of the dirt and grime from the warehouse, from the truck when we purchased it, and just getting it put up on this island.
May I hold you one last time? Let me hold you one last time. What if it's too late for me now? What if you gone to someone else so we can never be the same? How can I make up for my sins? Now I'm lonely and it kills me. Can you hear me, babe? I'm lonely.
Looking back on this, you guys, I'm so sad. I definitely ruined this shirt and my shorts, actually. I highly recommend wearing paint clothes, old clothes that you don't mind ruining. I do as I say, not as I do, you guys. I ruined my shirt when I went to put the lid back on the paint. It splattered everywhere, all over me, all over the floor, which the floor's not a big deal. I just cleaned it up with some water and paper towels, but it definitely ruined my shirt, and that was not a very old shirt. I think that was like the second time I wore it.
The stars, under the stars.
Alrighty guys, today is the day we're getting down and ready to do the backsplash. I am so excited. I'm absolutely loving how the kitchen is coming along with the countertops and the sink and the faucet. It's just coming along, and I am so excited. So next up is the backsplash. We picked up these tiles at Lowe's. I will try to leave them linked down below. I'm terrible at that and I feel really bad, but I'll try to remember. Okay, so if you're interested or want to know which ones they are and I don't leave it that link down below, leave a comment and let me know, like, hello, you're slipping. Okay, so anyway, they are actually pretty good size. I think they're like 5 by 14, I think, tiles. They do sell them singly. They're just over $3 a tile. However, you can still buy them in a box. They come 25 to a box. So they are boutique brand tiles. They're just regular porcelain tiles. I'm gonna go ahead and get them grouted up, or not grouted, what is it, mortar, I think. We're gonna get them up, and then the grout I'm doing is Avalanche, which is also sold at Lowe's. It's white. It's not like stark white, it's like a creamy white, but I just want to keep everything light and bright as much as possible. So anyway, let's go ahead, get you guys flipped back around, and get started on this backsplash.
In hotel bars, driving somewhere in your car. We can sleep under the stars. We can sleep under the stars. Under the stars. We can do what we like. We can do what we like, baby, while we're young.
Things were really going great until they weren't. You know, I was just rocking and rolling until I got to this side of the kitchen and started going down on the counter down along the counter on this wall, and I noticed that our countertops are not level. So that was fun. I went ahead and switched to the other side, and then I started having issues. You're about to see some real raw moments here. Alrighty guys, so I'm feeling frustrated. If you're wondering why I haven't cut pieces and I'm just trying to like move stuff around, it's because the lovely saw that we bought, pieces are missing, so I need to take it back. I didn't know that until after I'd already started. Should have probably did that first, but you know, you live and you learn. So anyway, I don't know that I like the tile. I'm feeling extremely frustrated right now. Thinking, I don't know if it's too much white. The white doesn't exactly match the cupboards, which is fine. Like, it doesn't have to. I'm okay with like mixing white tones together. But I'm just feeling frustrated because maybe it's too much white. I don't know. My dad told me to maybe do like a gray backsplash because there's some gray in the granite, and quite honestly, I don't know. Don't tell him this, but maybe he was right. Maybe we should have picked a color out of the granite and did the backsplash with it. I don't know. I'm really upset though, because I really wanted to do like a shape. Like, I would like to have done like a herringbone or a hexagon or octagon or some sort of shape, but I was afraid that it was going to be too much with the granite. And when I was in Lowe's looking at the tile, I took pieces over to the big sample granite of our granite that they have in store. And to be honest, like, I didn't like it. But I'm feeling like maybe here at the house I would have liked it, and maybe I should have bought the pieces. And you guys, I am second guessing myself and I don't know what to do. So let me turn you around. I'll show you what I already have up. So this is what I already have up. I just have some pieces across. You guys, this is my first rodeo, so don't judge, okay? I am not a professional by any means at all. I'm just learning. I've watched a lot of, what is that called? Like a YouTube professional where you learn everything on YouTube? Anyway, guys, I'm new, so don't judge. But anyway, I'm trying to put everything in. I got all this up. It doesn't look so bad on the camera, but in person, I don't know that I love it. Also, this counter slopes down, so that's awesome. So there's like a 1/4 inch gap between this tile and like these tiles, like between the counter and that. So yeah, that's awesome. It's a pretty big gap, and I'm like, really? So that's fun. I don't know how to fix that. I mean, obviously make the tile
level, but then like, I don't know. I am just completely frustrated at the moment. So I think I'm just gonna step away. I got everything kind of cleaned up. I think I'm just gonna step away for a moment and think about what I'm doing and maybe come back to it. I do need to go get more mortar. I need to get, I need to take this saw back and get a different one when all the pieces are there. So if you're somebody that does that, you are so rude. Just saying. Anyway, yeah. I'm gonna go sit on this for a minute.
Alrighty guys, so I took a nice long break and waited until the next day. I got the saw situation taken care of. However, this saw sucks. Not to put it bluntly, but it does. I don't know. I don't know. It was a mess, but you know what? I honestly think it was probably user error, and you professionals out there, don't watch this because I know. I'm new. This is the first time I've ever done it. It's a learning curve. Forgive me. But also, my husband didn't have any issues with the saw, so it was just me. I really think it was just user error. But anyway, I'm getting back into it, and I actually ended up getting overwhelmed this day as well because, like I said, I was just struggling with the saw. I was completely soaked. I broke a few different tiles. Yeah. So, needless to say, I, keep it real here on this channel as much as I can. And your girl was struggling hard, definitely overwhelmed. This project didn't go near the way I thought it was going to. So, anyway, we're going to go ahead and get a few more tiles placed on this, move out the stove and everything. I'm trying to work through it, but you guys, I had to call my husband.
For our love to burn, 'cause the flames are really high all over the world. We don't need no fuel or fire for our love to burn, 'cause the flames are really high all over the I've been so deep down under the ground, looking for answers I couldn't find. So far from home, down in the world below. Hey, now I can reach out and touch the sky, 'cause you make me fly like a hummingbird into the night. Just had no clue until I first laid my eyes on you.
I'll be honest, too, at this point, I was contemplating just tearing it all down. I was really struggling liking this tile. I don't know if it was the big Subway tiles because they are good size. I think they're like 5x14 size tiles, 14-inch tiles. Or if it was the white up against the white cabinet, and I was really feeling a little overwhelmed with that. I don't know what it was, but I really didn't like it. I couldn't envision the end product, and yeah, I was struggling. But I just kept going. Even my husband questioned my insanity. He's like, well, why did you keep going if you didn't like it, but we had already put so many up, and like I said earlier, these tiles were a little over $3 a piece, and that money adds up. So we're already on a tight budget for our kitchen the way it is, hence why we are doing it ourselves. Yeah, it was a struggle, but You guys, I will say that I actually do love it. We do not get grout on it. I just ran out of time for this video, but don't worry, the grout is coming. But yeah, I do end up loving how it turned out.
Here's to the good days, here's to the sorrows. If this is a mistake, I know about tomorrow. I don't wanna fight no more, cause I don't feel the need no more, no. Just wanna make it stop. Maybe it's something in the water, or maybe we just hit the end of the road. Right now it doesn't even matter. It's too late not to let it go. And that's why
Like I said, guys, he is so amazing. He knocks it out, gets it all done. Not only does he come in and step in and do this for me, but again, he hates being filmed and he let me film him. Shout out to the real MVP of this project, you guys. But anyway, I'm just going to give you a before shot here real quick, and then we will move on to the new one. Look how good it looks, you guys. It is really coming along. I am so excited. It has really made the space look so much bigger than it is. Now that it is all light and bright, I just love it, and I am so excited for the next video for you guys because it's coming along even farther. So definitely make sure you're subscribed. Go ahead and give this video a big thumbs up. It helps me more than you know, and we will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.
just as does, so baby, bye. It's for the best and you know why. You gotta leave me here tonight before we make this even worse. It's gonna hurt even more than this does. We gave it.
One step forward and another back. I would never try to fool ya. I'm one heartbeat away from going mad. Girl, when you're looking like that.
Hello guys, welcome back to Being Mrs. Fraser, or welcome if you are new. If you are new, go ahead and hit that red subscribe button. Go ahead and join our journey here on YouTube and follow along. If you've noticed, we have been working on our kitchen. And this side is pretty much done, other than maybe some plate covers, which I do have. I just needed my husband to put some screws in for that one and that one. And unfortunately, he's not here. The hubby has left me home alone for the week. I'm not alone, with our kiddos. And he had to go on a work trip over to Dallas. So I really, really want to get this all done and complete by the time he gets home on Friday. So I have a lot to work. I have a lot of work to get done. So we're gonna go from this side to this side. So let's go ahead and jump into this and get started.
Closer, closer, I'ma get closer to you. Yeah, got me, baby, got me hooked on you once again.
Alrighty guys, so we're gonna go ahead and jump right into this. I'm just moving stuff out of the way and getting everything just kind of vacuumed up. There was a bunch of crumbs, cat hair, you know, all that fun stuff that collects in the corners and underneath of things. So I'm just trying to get it all cleaned up, and then we're gonna go ahead and measure for the wood that we need for this accent wall.
Smiling like that, I can never resist it. Every moment is another chance. Loving you is all I wanted. I'm wide open for a love affair. Girl, when you're looking like that. Closer, I'ma get closer.
So after measuring, I did go over to Lowe's and pick up some wood. I will say that I think I picked up furring or something like that. Wood, they're just kind of some really cheap pieces of 1x3 by 8, I think it was, 8 foot. So anyway, I went ahead and picked these up. I measured for how long I needed them, and then I cut them down. I did want 5 stripes, I guess. So you need to, when you go ahead and make a grid wall, you're going to want to plan it out. I did that off screen, obviously, and I planned out to have 5 vertical pieces and 5 horizontal pieces. So I wanted to start at the top and the bottom, and then I did the 2 far sides, you know, opposite from each other, and then I went in to build the grid. I will say I did leave my baseboard on. Some people remove it, some people don't. I think that's definitely a preference. I wanted to leave it on. Overall, I think it looks fine with it on. So yeah, but we're gonna go ahead and get down to cutting now that I measured. Remember, measure twice, cut once, because once it's cut, you can't go back.
Nobody told me to settle down. Day nights and late nights don't kid around. But there's something about you I like, about you I like.
I have been dreaming over this accent wall for our dining room for a very long time now. I basically have had it planned since the beginning of us moving here. Also, just side note here, you see me, I'm trying to figure out how to cut around the electrical outlets. I kind of pieced things together. If Fred was here, it probably would have went a little different, but when I was on my own, I didn't know where other tools were at. So I just kind of pieced it all together and made it work. It looks great. So anyway, got a little sidetracked there, but this accent wall was on my to-do since the beginning of this kitchen renovation. I found it on Pinterest. It's a grid wall, I think, if you would call it, or board and batten. I'm not exactly sure how or what the exact or correct name for this wall is. However, I was on Pinterest searching for board and batten because I've seen Tiffany over at Charlotte Grove on YouTube do her board and batten wall. I've seen Vacuum do his part do a board and batten kind of similar wall, and you guys, I just love it so much. And so I wanted something that was going to make a statement. So you will see, spoiler, I mean, you saw on the title of this anyway that I painted it black, but I just wanted something dramatic and something to make a statement. So that's where I came up with this. Again, searching on Pinterest, seeing other influencers, social media, YouTubers do this as well. So I thought I would give my hand at it, and it turned out amazing. So if I can do it, y'all can do it too, I promise.
Nobody loves me better, yeah. I get too drunk and too scared and lie to you. If only you knew I would die for you. One of us gotta say the obvious. Nobody loves me better. Nobody loves me better.
Our house is how old? Like 40, almost 40 years old, or it is 40 years old, something like that. So of course, as always with older homes, walls are uneven. These boards were not perfect either, so I had some issues with things being flush up against the wall, but I just went through and caulked everything just to give it kind of a seamless finish. I did go ahead and do the caulking on these boards because I thought it would be easier before coming in with all the little grids and all the little squares. I thought it would be easier to go through and caulk the long stripes for this accent wall, which I think it worked out great. So I'm going to go ahead and finish up these, and then we're going to work on the smaller pieces to start our grid. Another side note here, do not mind our garage. It is a disaster. It has been a catch-all zone for everything during this accent wall project, the kitchen renovation project, and pretty much everything. So it needs some help. Let me know if you want to see a video on that, us cleaning it up and getting it organized. I don't know if you guys are interested in that, but if you are, hit the like button, comment down below, and let me know. We also do have our next project sitting there behind me, waiting in those boxes. I am so excited to get that next project started as well. I am going to be redoing our lanai. However, it's still hot here in Florida, so I'm trying to wait for it to cool down a little bit. So maybe next month we'll work on that project.
You're gone now, but you're coming back. Yeah, I know that. Yeah, I know that. You're the traveling kind. It's a known fact. Yeah, I know that. I hope I'll be your destination.
I went ahead and started with basically one vertical section and went through and measured everything. I wanted to make sure that my grid, the squares on my grid, were pretty good squares. They're not exact squares, but I just wanted to go through, find the middle of the section, and then kind of split it up from there, as you see me doing. And then I decided that it was going to be easier to have a laser level, and so we did go out and purchase a laser level, which it was helpful because it helped so the lines were straight across, as opposed to, you know, again, when you're measuring in an old home, things are not even. So, I mean, you'll see how I go back and forth with cutting some pieces as well, because I found where there was like a 1/4 inch difference between pieces, even though the original vertical wood pieces were flush, straight. It just worked out that way. So don't get discouraged here yet. This is a lot of hard work, this portion of the grid wall, but keep going. I promise it'll be all worth it in the end.
I don't know what I'd do without you. You make me smile. What is it that you do? My life was great till you added colors. Like the moon is the snow, we don't care about the...
I don't think I mentioned, but I know you guys saw, I did use some liquid nails to glue on the pieces, and then I went back in with our nail gun and nailed them onto the wall. Kind of, I guess, a fail-safe just to make sure that they are sturdy and stuck there and they're not going to just fall off.
Till we grow old, please tell me you'll stay or take me away. I want you for myself every single day. You set my world on fire. You set my world on.
This accent wall, I think, ended up taking me like 2 days, not 2 full days. You gotta remember that, you know, I I have a lot of kids to pick up from school, so not a lot, just 4, but we have 3 different schools that we have to go to. Again, I was on my own this week, so, well, usually I'm on my own anyway with pickup because Fred's at work, but we were busy, so it took me, maybe it took 3 days because I had to paint as well. Maybe not. I don't know. I don't really remember, you guys. I'm losing my mind. This week has gone by so fast, which I'm so grateful that it did since Fred was gone, and I'm so grateful that he is now home. So he actually helped me finish out the kitchen, which you guys will see here at the end of this video. All the table building and the decor and all that does come up, so make sure you stay tuned because you're going to want to see the final reveal of everything. But anyway, guys, I do want to let you know the price of this. I think the wood was fairly cheap. I think they were only they were under $3 a board, and we bought 10 of them, so about $25 after tax for the boards. The paint, I used Valspar Signature, which is kind of expensive, but I love it. It holds up so nicely and it cleans very well. And in the kitchen, dining room, you know, you need some good paint. So I think that was about $42 after tax. So you're looking at under $100, and I made such a statement piece. So here's your hint, your motivation to go do your own wall. You can do it. I have faith in you. But anyway, let's go ahead and get this finished painted.
Down the street with all of my favorite songs on repeat, I'm dancing through. Everything's about to come my way, and I don't care if you spill coffee on me or if the sky is gray or blue. No, I don't care, cause I am on my way up, and I won't stop, I won't slow down. Steady on my feet, I'm gonna rise up. No, I won't stop, it is my time. I know what it's like to be broke, yeah. I know what it's like when nothing goes your way. So I'm gonna let myself enjoy the fruit from this lucky day. Yeah, I am on my way up, I won't slow down. Yeah, I am on my way up, I won't slow down.
Like I said earlier, I wanted to make the squares as square as possible. They are not perfect, but I don't really think you can tell. This area in our dining room, this wall in our dining room was, I think it was like 86.5 by 90 inches. That's not including the baseboard trimming because like I said, I didn't want to include that. I wanted to leave that on the wall. But so it was pretty square to begin with, so making more squares was pretty simple. It was pretty simple math, literally just making sure there was 5 stripes and then dividing that in half and then dividing it in half again. So pretty simple math, pretty easy to do, pretty easy to accomplish. Just very time consuming, cutting all the wood pieces and then painting. So, and I did do 2 coats of paint. That wood just soaked that paint right up. So I do end up doing 2 coats of paint, which I didn't film both coats because I felt it was a little bit repetitive. So anyway, also, I don't think I mentioned that this color is actually Tricorn Black, I think it is, by Sherwin-Williams. Again, I just had them mix it up in the Valspar Signature paint because I personally like Valspar Signature. It's also cheaper than the Sherwin-Williams paint, but I personally think it holds up well and it cleans nicely. So anyway, cheaper isn't always better, but in this case, I like it.
Was letting you in from that moment. I knew that you were all I missed. Baby, it took just one kiss. 'Cause here in your arms I can finally let go. The rest of the world is outside when you make sure I'm all you missed. Baby, it takes just one kiss. Many years have gone by. Many tears have.
So it's all done. I absolutely love it. It is gorgeous. Perfect show-stopping accent wall. I know people are going to walk in and see it and it's going to be wow, and that is exactly what I was going for. That is what I wanted. I wanted a statement piece, and this accent wall is it. And don't worry, I don't feel like it darkens the space. I know, which is crazy because it's black and it's dark, but it just complements the kitchen so nicely, and it really just works. You know, everything else between our living room and our dining room kitchen, everything is pretty like white. I mean, actually I used alabaster on the walls, which is another Sherwin-Williams color. So it's not technically white, it's a creamy white, but still everything is light, bright, airy. And this accent wall just kind of complements everything and brings everything together. So don't be scared to paint your wall black. Don't be scared to do it. It turns out great.
Sure, I'm all you've missed. Baby, it takes just one kiss.
So I went ahead and picked up these stools off of Amazon. They are actually really decent stools. My kids were like, how are we supposed to fit on those? And I'm like, you guys, if I fit on it, you'll fit on it. And they actually are quite comfortable. They're taller than your normal chair because the table that we purchased is more of like a counter height table. So I actually found the table at Nebraska Furniture Mart before we moved down to Florida from Nebraska and fell in love with it, but I did not fall in love with the price. The price tag, it was like $1,000 table with chairs that swiveled, and if anybody has kids, you know not to buy swivel chairs because they will swivel in them, and I could just see my table getting dented and banged up from them swiveling the chairs. Well, I ended up finding these, or not these chairs, but the table on Amazon. It is by Ashley Furniture, and Ashley Furniture has their own Amazon storefront. So go check it out. I ended up getting this table for $300. The table itself, I think, was a little over $800. Or was it? I can't remember. Anyway, about maybe $1,000 with the chairs and table and everything from Nebraska Furniture Mart. But regardless, I saved a ton of money purchasing it off of Amazon. It is still heavy duty nice. You guys will see it here in just a minute after we get done putting up these curtains. But anyway, I fell in love with it. This is such a tiny space. We couldn't go with a huge table, but we needed something that, you know, would obviously seat all 6 of us, and then maybe, you know, 2 additional people, which is why we have 8 chairs, so we could also sit at the counter if needed. But anyway, I'm rambling now. We're going ahead and getting this table put together. Don't worry, I will make sure that everything is linked for you guys in my description. I will say, although I love this table and it is heavy duty, nice, solid piece of furniture, it was a pain to put together. They give you the little Allen bolts with the little Allen tool and not enough space to turn the Allen tool. So I have carpal tunnel, so I am so thankful that Fred was here to help me put these together, because there was a lot of bolts and not a lot of space, and you had to basically use your fingertips to screw things in, and it was a pain. So I'm not gonna lie, that was a pain, but the table is absolutely beautiful. Again, it's heavy duty and I absolutely love it.
You know it still hurts a little bit, but not that much. 'Cause if you want somebody else, who am I to judge? I've been thinking about you all the time, but that's alright. I'm starting to get used to it, think I'll survive. I met you in the summer, when you left it was cold.
Next up, you guys I'm sure are going to be like, what are you doing? Why are you covering the wall? But trust the process, guys. I bought these baskets, or this basket wall art, however you want to call it. I bought it off of Etsy from the same shop that, if you guys saw our living room makeover, I have baskets on the wall in the living room as well, and it is from the same store. It is Thrifts and Wicks on Etsy. I will make sure to leave her link below. She has an amazing eye for these basket kits, and I bought this with the full intention of painting the wall black because of something that she posted, and that is where the whole idea for this started. And then I found the grid on Pinterest for this accent wall, and it just all kind of fell together. It snowballed together, if you will. So anyway, trust the process. I absolutely love the character on top of the accent wall that these baskets give. It turned out beautiful, and it just looks great. So the biggest problem I am having in our new house is my tastes in style has changed. You'll notice a lot of more Western / boho type style, and our old house was very farmhouse. Black and white checkered buffalo plaid farmhouse. And I brought a lot of that decor with me. I knew I didn't want to do the buffalo plaid anymore, but I still liked a lot of those pieces. However, now that my taste has changed quite a bit, I'm finding myself struggling, which you saw there with the table, and I ended up just pulling everything down because I don't know what to do. I'm struggling with decorating with the stuff that I currently have because I really didn't want to go out and buy a bunch of new decor, and I just wanted to work with what I had, just to try to stay in budget and save money, because I told you guys I was going to tell you the price of everything, and we did spend, I don't know that anybody guessed, I can't remember, but we ended up spending about $10,000 on this entire kitchen. The cupboards were just under $3,000. The countertops were, I think, about $4,200, and then adding in paint and microwave, tile backsplash. The backsplash, I think, was about $400. You know, adding all that in, it was just under $10,000 for everything, including the accent wall, everything in the kitchen, the drawer pulls, cabinet pulls, and everything. So I know I wanted to share that with you guys. But anyway, again, I'm just kind of struggling along with the decor in this house, with trying to use my old farmhouse style and kind of try to blend it into this new Western boho modern style, if you will. So anyway, guys, we're going to go ahead and finish this video up. I did want to go ahead and remind you of what everything looked like before we started this kitchen renovation. And quite honestly, I cannot believe what we've done and how much this has changed. So anyway, guys, this is just a reminder, and then we'll show you the new one here in a second. But go ahead and give this video a big thumbs up. Don't forget to come back, hit that subscribe button, and again, join us on this new journey of ours here in Florida. So anyway, I hope you all have a great weekend. Bye, guys.